Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our 7 Days to Die build series. Last week, we did a lot of stuff. We built our little airport over here. We have a runway for our copters when they fly in, land. Here is our little storage hangar. There are all of our beautiful copters. And we also built this bowling alley. What a beautiful sight. We have our own bowling alley. So much work, but hey, it worked out. So this week, we have big plans also. So what I was thinking this week, you know what this place is missing? We've got walls, we almost have a castle. We'll get to the castle eventually, too. There's no real, other than downstairs, there's no real sporting events. Where's the football field? That's what we're going to be doing this week. We are going to be doing a football field, and I think we're going to push it. We're going to push the limits this time. We aren't going to just do a football field, and we are going to do actual stadiums. We are going to build a football stadium. What we're going to do, we're going to do one right about here. Looks like there's a road over there. We're going to do it in this area. We're going to get all this cleared out, and we're going to get started on that right now. See you in a jiff. Okay, I know there's probably an easier way to do this, but this is what we're doing to give you a little. I'm going to do it this way. So this will be the field here, and then we'll build around it. Then we'll build the rest of the stuff. So up here, you can sort of get a better sense of what is going on and what we're going to be trying to do anyway. So let's see how much more we can get done here, and I'll be right back with you. So we're getting there, except one issue. I should have put the numbers there first and before the lines. So now you know what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to go through and clear out all the lines, realign them, taking Bob Ross, happy little accidents to the limit on this episode because holy smolies, I think I've spent just as much time fixing stuff than I have actually designing it. So we'll get that fixed and we'll be right back with you. Okay, we have the design here. Finally. Oh boy. So it's going to be a little off center, the lines, just how 7 Days to Die works and the outline. So these lines are just going to be off center where, they should be they should be right in between the numbers, but I just can't get that to work. So we're going to have to, it looks good. It's not to scale, but, you know, there's our football field. And since I'm smack dab in the middle of America, this is American football. So from here, we need to start filling in the edges because obviously, you run off, you aren't going to. We need the out of bounds line here. So we're going to we're going to expand this a little more and see what comes out. Okay, on this, I got the goalpost here. It is a little off center, but, that's another one of those, it's just how the game works. So I got it as close as I could. Okay, let's get the sidelines done here. Okay, here is an aerial view of everything. We got our sidelines taken care of here for the most part. I could not find a fan. If anybody watches football, they have those big fans back here. I just couldn't find any in the assets. Doesn't mean it's not there. I just couldn't find it. You would not believe how much work this was. It was actually crazy amount of work because I messed up quite a bit too. So here it is. Now, the big thing is I'm going to try to fit some stands around it. No clue how this is going to work, but we're going to see, and I'll get back with you. Let's get a aerial view here. So here we go. It honestly looks like a prison. It looks like this is the long yard or whatever it was. The one they remade with Adam Sandler like 25 years ago. Here is this, but it won't look like a prison. We'll even do brick on the outside here, and we'll do brick here. Yeah, I think we're good. It's good enough anyway. So here you go. So we're going to have to do something here. We're going to need to get pillars spread out here so we can see, look at this. There are actual bleachers. I need to figure out how to do this too. And then also we need to bust a hole right here actually. Because where's the team going to escape from? Where are they going to leave the field from? So we're going to have to bust a hole in the wall right there too. Get it a little more accurate, even though this really isn't that accurate. But hey, you know what? It looks cool. So that's where we're going. Okay, I didn't even start with the bleachers yet. I made the little hole for our good old teams to get through. You know, this is going to turn into anybody remembers from a few years ago. I watches college football, Michigan State game where so in Michigan Stadium they share the same way to get off the field. Obviously, that's a big rivalry. So they're both getting off the field and they just get into a big brawl because it's very tight quarters. So that's pretty much what we're going with. Here are the locker rooms. Look at that. Just because I get started on one thing and then start doing another thing. It's just how my mind works. And we're going to have this. These will be the two locker rooms, and then our stands will go up from here. Starting here will be the front row, and then they'll work their way up and over the two locker rooms right here. And hopefully, we'll be able to do the same thing on this side too. We just have to get the pillars right. So I'm going to finish this up here with the locker rooms, paint it, get a couple bleachers done, see how it looks, and then I'll be right back with you. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to do the same thing over there. We'll do the same thing right here. And then we'll have them come out here and circle around. Yeah, let's see how it looks when I'm done. Oh my gosh. I didn't really think of the scale. When I figured I was going to do something like this, I just didn't think of the scale it was going to be. Holy smokes, it's a lot. But you know what? We're going to get it done, and this is going to look freaking fantastic. See how many people have done this in 7 days to die. All right, here we go. That is what we did. So over here, we'll probably make a way down here that they can file out, sort of like we did right here. You know, obviously 7 days to die physics and how everything aligns. You know, it is what it is. You know, we can't get it perfectly aligned, but hey, it looks pretty good so far. We're gonna get this done and we'll have it wrap around. Okay, what I was thinking here, well, you know, I was gonna build the little wraparound first, you know, the walkway, but you know, we need people to stop. You know, where are they gonna buy their food and drinks from? So what I'm gonna do here is back here would be the concession, and you could buy like merch here for whatever team you're cheering for. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that here on this side, and this side over here. I'm just adding even more stuff for me to do. It sounds pretty crazy, but hey, we're gonna do it. So that's my goal. And let's see what it looks like. And it's finished. We're almost finished. Okay, here we are. We have our little concession stand. People coming down from there, you know, they're walking around the path. We aren't done with that yet. You know, they can stop here for some concession. Obviously, we got to wait for the workers to get in. I think I'm going to leave it open like this, but here you go. This is a crazy football. They have actual grills here. So there we go. I think it looks pretty good. Now I think right over here, this little section, I'll put a little like merch store. So, you know, you can get that. So that's what I'll do. And then right here will be some more stands. Let's get started on that. I'll finish the little merch store here. And then we can start building on the next set of stands to watch. So I will see you in a jiff. Okay, here we have it. So obviously this, we have our clothing, apparel, you know, we got to get our team colors going. I went with an open concept because why not? And then over here would be our walkway. So this would be the gate. So one more block around would be, you know, say the fence. So this is where the entrance would be. So the gates and the fences would be right here. But here's the walkway. And here's another concession stand for this side of the stadium and more clothing. You come up here. Ignore that for now. That's the start of our stands. We have these stands here. Then we're going to have more stands here in the end zone. And also in this end zone, we'll have some. Over here, I think we're just going to have the press box over here on this side looking down at the field. So that's where we are for right now. Pretty crazy. A lot of time spent, but hey, it's starting to come together. I might get the outside wall. I'm going to do the outside wall here so I can get that straightened up. Actually, I'm going to do the end zone stands here, and then I'll get back to you. And then we can do the fence. We'll see how it looks. All right, be back in a few. Okay, and there's the finished product. We got a few stands going here. Let's get building the entrance around it and then go from there and see what's going on. All right, be back with you in a jiff. Okay, here is the entrance. One of them anyway. This will be out, so obviously we can open this. I went with this because it sort of went in, it blended in with this, you know, the gate or the fence here. This is where you come in. there'll be a little, we could always put little, put a little ticket. I don't know. We could use the register maybe. That's what we'll do. Even though that's not really how it goes, but and then stuff like this will be all the way around. So I cut one more out. So it'd be right here all the way around. And then to there, that'll be the other stands. So this is what we'll do. And I'll get back with you in a jiffy. Okay, here we have it. I decided to enclose the concession here. So here you go. Here's the entrance to it. You give your ticket to the ticket person. You can go buy some clothing apparel. You can get your food and drinks. You walk down the line. This is how they get in. This is the entrance, obviously, to the locker rooms that still aren't done. And then this is how the teams get on the field. Come back out. A little walkway around the stadium here. More clothing apparel for your team. Right here, up. And then obviously, this is how you get to your seat. Sit here and watch the game. We're gonna continue this out. We'll have more stands there. Then I'll decide what I'm gonna do for the press box. I'm gonna finish the stands right here, and I'll be back with you in a jiff. All right, we got this side done now too. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. This is actually pretty good. The only thing different I might do if I could do it is find a way to possibly curve. I mean, there aren't any assets to do that, but make this an actual bowl and curve this section right here together and keep stands in it. But unfortunately, there's no assets in the game like curved seating or anything like that. So having an open concept like this is just fine too. Plenty of football stadiums are like this. Then over here, I still don't know what to do. I like this side, but in the center have press box overlooking maybe. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do more stands. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm going to do more stands, but but that's what I'm going to do. More stands, and then in the center here, we'll have the sort of the press box. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but we're going to do it. Be back with you a jiff, and hopefully it turns out, see what it looks like. Okay, I changed my mind. We're putting the press box on this side, not over here. This is what I did. Yeah, it looks a little goofy, but it's really all I could come up with. I figured, this looks a little plain right here. We'll just say that's the door they can get into to get up there, and I don't know how they're going to get up here. They just magically get up here and go in there. Here you have it. Here is the stadium, Bonsai Stadium. That's what I'm going to call it. Look at this thing. It's a monstrosity, but it works. And it took me so long to do. Go down here, walkway. Look at all this. This looks fantastic. Fantastic. On the field. Watching from the stands over here. Or over here. Or on the field here. This looks pretty cool. Craziest thing I've ever done in 7 Days to Die. But here you have it. A football stadium. This is something that I might come back to, too. I might tweak this a little bit. And I might make some additions. Like, I do want to make a road leading in with a parking lot. That might be in addition to next, a different episode coming up. Pretty crazy that I did this, but hey. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoy survival horde building like this, stop by the channel, subscribe. I do appreciate you being here, though. So thanks for coming, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.